Namaste everyone. Welcome back to this YouTube channel RR Biology. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about the general characters and classification of phylum Coelenterata. So let us start. See, as I already discussed with you all, this thing that if you are going to categorize the characters, you may do it in this way that there are some characters which you can observe in some organisms by mere looking at those organisms, and even there are certain other characters which you can easily guess just by comparing some systems of the physiology, like some internal systems, and there are some other features also. So let us first discuss all these which are mentioned over here in this slide, that all the coelentrates, they are aquatic organisms, fine, where some are freshwater organisms and mostly they are what, they are the marine organisms. Means if you are going to see the coelentrates, most of the coelentrates you will find them in marine water. What But a few are, I can say that some are freshwater species from the coelentrates, but all are what, all are the aquatic ones. They may be solitary or colonial. They may be living in some solitary mode or in colonies also, and plus they have some sedentary mode of living, or they may be the free swimming one. Means they may be fixed at one position, or they may be free swimming here and there. So if we talk about their symmetry, now yes, please do focus on this thing, that all these features you can easily guess by mere looking at the animal. When we are looking at the specimen or the animal, you can easily guess each and every feature written over here by just we are looking on the specimen. Symmetry, it may be radial or biradial. Think you know this very well, that what is radial and what is biradial. If you talk about the grade of organization here, it is what? It is the cell tissue level of organization. And what is cell tissue level of organization? That is cells combine to form the tissues, and here the functions, they may be performed by the tissues, they may be performed by the cells here. So that's what the cell tissue grade of organization here means. Cells combine to form tissues, and tissues are going to perform certain functions. That is what the tissue level of organization. And if you're talking about the exoskeleton, again exoskeleton is something that you can easily see with your naked eyes. If you are observing some animal, if you are looking at me, you can easily guess how my symmetry is, how my hairs are so and so. It means how my skin is. That is what the external morphology. And this skin, this hairs, nails, these are what the exoskeleton is. So like they are such things. The skin, the nails, the hairs, they are in we people. What here we are talking about the coelentrates. So let us see what is there. Exoskeleton, it may be chitinous or calcareous. Calcareous, that is of the calcium carbonate, or if you're talking about the chitinous one, that is what, that is from the chitin, that is the chitinous, this exoskeleton. Okay, now see, if you're talking about this calcareous, they're in the corals even. Have you ever heard? I think you might have heard about the corals. So here, that is what the calcareous is. Two types of organisms, two types are present here. That is attached polyps form. There are two different forms of this. Again, you can easily guess, you can easily see in the forms, the two types again by mere looking at the specimen. That is, they may be the attached one, or they may be the free swimming one. Attached forms, they are called the polyps, and the free swimming forms, they are called the medusae forms. Okay, so even there are some somehow they are going to show the polymorphism, that is a variety of forms may be there. Then the mouth of the polyp form and the bell margins of the medusae form, they are encircled by short and slender tentacles. Okay, tentacles just like finger-like projections like this, as you know what is cilia, flagella, just like that I can say this. There are certain tentacles, and these tentacles, they are there present at the mouth of the polyp or the bell margins of the medusae, because the medusae forms, they are just like the shape of a bell. So the margins of the bell, they are encircled by short and slender tentacles. So all these points, they are basically what, they are basically the general features which you can easily guess by mere looking at the specimen, we may looking at the organism. So let us go beyond. There are certain features, other features like, just wait. See, if you're talking about the coelom, or the respiratory system, or the circulatory system, or the excretory system, all are wanting here. Means no respiratory system is there exactly, no exact circulatory system is there, and no excretory system is there. Even I'm talking about the coelom is absent here. I hope you know what is coelom. Coelom is the body cavity which is lined by the mesoderm. It means, suppose in some further points, if you come to know that there is some internal body cavity, but make sure that body cavity, if here in the coelentrates there is some body cavity, that body cavity is not lined by the mesoderm. Okay, it means if the body cavity is lined by the mesoderm, then only you can say that the body cavity is called as coelom. Otherwise, this is not the true coelom. Fine. Okay, let us go beyond this. If you talk about again the about the body wall, now these are certain points which may be some internal points. Okay, they may show you something internally in these organisms. If you're talking about the body wall, again the body wall, it is diploblastic in nature. Diploblastic means what? There are two layers, two germ layers. See, what are the two layers present over here? That is the epidermis and the gastrodermis. Okay, epidermis, that is the outer one, obviously, and the gastrodermis, that is the inner one, exactly. Now in between the two there is a gelatinous acellular mesoglia is here. Okay, means there is some layer inside, in between the two, that is epidermis and the gastrodermis, and that is what? The mesoglia in between the two. But see, in some advanced forms of these coelentrates, even this mesoglia is with cells. Now see, this mesoglia layer here, which is present over here in those organisms where there is outer side is the epidermis and the inner side is the gastrodermis, and in between there is a gelatinous mesoglia layer. This gelatinous mesoglia layer is basically the acellular one. Since this is a acellular one, we can't say it as a triploblastic organism. Okay, but if this is something called as a cellular layer, there only, no problem, no issues, we can use a term triploblastic. So in certain advanced forms where this mesoglia is with the cells and the connective tissue, here you can say that this is a triploblastic organism. Yes, exactly. Then talking about the muscular system, okay, just wait, come out from the class just for a while and think that you are going to enter in the body of some coelentrate. Okay, you are going to enter in the body of some coelentrate. Just hypothetically you are going to think this. You are not going to kill some animal to enter the body of that organism, but you just go on thinking this hypothetically, that you are entering the body of some organism. Externally, first of all, you see some points, you saw some points, you have described them, you have penned down them on your answer sheet, and then now you are going to enter the body of that organism. And what you are observing upon entering, you may come across this body wall. It may be diploblastic or triploblastic, whatsoever be. And then you will see there is no respiratory, no excretory, no circulatory organ is there inside the body. You have seen no coelom, no true body cavity inside the body. And then you come across muscles. Okay, come back now. Muscles, muscular system, if you're talking about the same, you may find there some longitudinal and circular fibers by the epithelial muscle and the endothelial muscle cells. Okay, there are two types of muscle cells there, that is epithelial muscle cells and the endothelial muscle cells. Just these are the cells from the muscular system here. Then regarding the internal body cavity, now you are inside the body of some coelentrate and you are looking there, you are just observing there what is there inside this. You have seen some cavity. Okay, that is some internal cavity, single internal cavity present over there inside that organism, inside that coelentrate, and that is called what? That is called gastrovascular cavity or the coelenteron. Now this gastrovascular cavity or the coelenteron, it is lined with the gastrodermis layer but not with the mesoderm. That's why we can't say this as a true coelom. We can't say this as a true body cavity. Yes, exactly. This is a single internal cavity present over here, which is lined by gastrodermis. That's called coelenteron or the gastrovascular cavity. Mouth, it opens into this cavity, but the anus is absent here. You have absorbed this because you are right now inside the body of some coelenterate. Now, let us see some other systems also. If you are talking about the digestion, it is intracellular as well as extracellular. I know you know these terms. Nervous system, it is a primitive type. Primitive type nervous system, diffuse nerve net is there. CNS, that is a central nervous system, it is absolutely absent here. Sense organs, they form some structures like ocelli and statocysts. Ocelli is what? That is simple photoreceptors. And statocysts, they are what? They are basically the balancing organs present over there in these bodies. If we talk about the reproduction, asexual by means of budding or fission, and sexual by means of the sperms and ova. And even the sexual forms which are here, they are monoecious or the dioecious forms. And if we talk about the development here in this coelentrates, very important point, that is there occurs of formation of some larval form which is called as a planula larva. So can I ask you that if development includes some larval form, then this development is called what? Indirect development or direct development? If you know, just comment. In life history, alternation of asexual polypoid and sexual medusoid stages is there. Alternation of generation is there. Okay, sometimes here occurs the asexual polypoid stage, and some other time there may be the sexual medusoid stage. This is what the alternation of generation is. But see, in Hydra, there is no alternation of generation like this. So even we can say that the true alternation of generation in this whole family of the coelenterate, it is absent here. But no doubt, again I am focusing on this, that here occurs the alternation of generation in coelentrates, that is in this polypoid stage asexually as well as the sexual medusoid stage is here. Plus one more thing, that is nematocysts, they are present here. Again, it is some peculiar organelle present over there. Now again, if you are going to see this point, that is nematocyst, this is not something called, we can say that the internal point, from the internal physiological point, but there is a presence of, let's say, nematocyst, and the function of the nematocyst, it is just for the adhesion purpose, for the food capturing purpose, for offense and defense purpose. So these are certain other features of this coelentrates. Let us go beyond this. Now let us shift to the classification of this Coelenterata. There are three classes. I am going to discuss this classification up to the class level only. There are three classes, that is hydrozoa, scyphozoa, anthozoa. You can easily remember, you can easily memorize this. Why these three terms? HSA, I have remembered like this only, that is HSA, that is HSA. Hydrozoa, one of the class, scyphozoa, other class, anthozoa, one other class. In hydrozoans, what is there? Let us see. These are the freshwater or the marine, again solitary or colonial, again only polyps are both asexual polyps and sexual medusae, both are present there. Okay, only polyps may be here or both may be here. Examples are hydra or obelia. Hydra, obelia, etc. There are so many others also. Okay, fine. Then come to the second class, that is the scyphozoa. Now this scyphozoa, it is exclusively marine and solitary forms. Okay, please focus on this point, that is it is exclusively marine and solitary forms are here in this scyphozoa. Medusae, they are dominant here. Polyp, they are reduced forms, or even polyps may be absent here. Okay, now the examples, they may be like Aurelia, Rhizostoma. You can simply Google these terms and see the pictures of these organisms, so that for more clarity. And regarding third class, that is anthozoa, again they are exclusively marine organisms. They may be solitary or colonial. Now here no medusae form is here, all are the polyps. And examples may be the tubipora, Metridium, sea anemone. So this just go on surf this term, that is Metridium, sea anemone. Look this beautiful animal. Okay, so this is all about the features and classification of this phylum Coelenterata. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.